Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to World of Darkness Preludes Vampire. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed the first episode, and we're going to move right on to Chapter 2, set in Seattle, New Friends. I'll never see palm trees in the day again. Now, if you remember in New Mexico, we had a choice of a city to go to, and we chose Seattle because we had no contacts whatsoever. We had no ties to our former life. So let's see what's happening here in Seattle as we deal with our new condition. Thursday, 3:21 p.m. That is a bad time for us to be out. Sammy sent you a message. So who's Sammy? The floppy cat hopped into a sock and the sock fell into the sea, or the floppy cat loved to romp and hopped after a sock as it sunk into the sea. Malkavian? Maybe? Maybe is looking more certain? Okay. Well, we have some interesting friends. Can we... Oh, there we go. The first one, the second one. Well, Sammy did ask us a question. I actually like that second one. That's a nice tongue twister. The second one. Thanks. Okay. I guess that one makes the cat more curious. Is that Izzy? Oh, we need to write to them. Okay. You're probably wondering why Seattle. It's because the sun is killing me. It's not just a bad hangover anymore. Whatever happened at that party, the sun is something else now. So we're still turning. We haven't committed all the way. My skin during the day feels like a rubber band stretched over a muddy brick. Seattle has a reputation for clouds, but man, even here I feel like I'm in a knife fight with fire. There was an ice storm out there when I got here, thank God. Cabby refused to even try the hills up to Bert's studio. Had to walk with my coat wrapped around my head, sunglasses up, smoking a cigarette, freezing from the ice, burning from the sun. I get to the top of a hill and then start sliding back down. It was fucking hell. You made it, though. Was Bert there? Yeah, he didn't like the look of me. I didn't like the look of him. Like, if you ever see an animal and it runs into, like, a giant dog or something, and it arches its back almost instinctively, that was your friend. He came to the door wearing this fur coat and no shirt. I swear he was tripping. Hey, beggars and choosers. He's the only friend I have in Seattle. Is that how you met him? Drugs? That's really none of our business. Hey, no fair. Nah, Bert's a good guy. He'll leave you alone at least. There's not very many windows, and that's good. I'm so hungry. Your boy has a fridge of, like, baking soda and ketchup. I found some crackers and tried to eat some with ketchup. I'm so hungry. My whole body has the shakes. Nothing staying down, though. I'm so hungry I can barely stand, and everything I eat or drink just comes back up. Oh, mothers. 4:12 p.m. Do we still get to... There we are. Trying to be like them. The prey. The reflecting ocean of day recedes, yet they insist on continuing to writhe, maggots in a mud bank. You'll never be that. You're outside of that now. Come home and I can help you. I will hold you. Ugh. Unknown. Hey! I didn't know you were in town. Who's this? Nick! Nick was added to your contacts. Okay, let's... Nick looks like a nice guy. Not really. Oh yeah, that's right. You and ANISE live out here. Did Izzy tell you I was in town or something? Yeah, we should do something. Yeah, okay. Fuck you, Izzy. You told Nick I was in town? ANISE was obsessed with me. Even though I had no interest. And they were dating. Of course she married him, and I got out of town, but I haven't ever wanted to be here to find out what happens when he figures any of that out, or... Ugh. I really don't want to see ANISE again. Sorry, I didn't know. I just thought you could use some actual friends. I'm going through some shit here. And I'm not? The other night, Bert passed out in the living room, needle still in his arm. Not just H, though. Some clear liquid. Acid, DMT, hell if I know. Variety equals... Oh. Hi. Interesting. Variety equals the spice of life, huh? I forgot. I drew this pic of Bert last we met. I guess that's what Bert looks like. He's pretty unchanged. A little thinner, maybe. There was this trickle of blood coming out of him. I don't know what came over me, but... Next thing I know, I'm across the room sucking on this guy's arm like it's my mother's tit. Fortunately, he didn't wake up, because I don't even know how I'd begin to explain that. Nice, though, yeah? It was like sex. It was like all the time between you and the best steak ever, and that makes eating it like tearing paint off the walls, destroying all the bed springs. Ugh. Want. So we have it going back for more, or gotta find someone else to suck on. Now, using some of my knowledge of old VTM, and keep in mind this is a brand new edition that we're stepping into, if we go back and feed on a junkie, we're going to get his high. Because the drugs are in the blood, we drink the blood, we start feeling the exact same effects. Probably not the best thing for us right now. So we gotta find someone else to suck on. I gotta get out though, find someone else to suck on. Ooh, mother! Yourself alone in a scouring cold. Only the core of you is left. The ease of normality decimated, stripped to an insipid, kneading spindle. So it was taken down by 10%? Where are you at? Oh, Nick. Some junkie studio out in Georgetown? We're out in Queen Anne. We gotta have dinner. You can meet the kid. Aw, hell, there's a kid. You and ANISE have a kid? This is what I get for getting rid of Facebook, I guess. To be honest, Nick, it's not a great time. I've been pretty sick, having trouble keeping food down, and I don't even know how long this Bert guy is going to have time for me. ANISE would love to see you, I'm sure. It's been years. I didn't want to tell her that you were in town. Thought I'd surprise her. We're near this church, the White Oaks Ministry, and everyone there has super creepy political bumper stickers. There were still people working late, like this super scary pastor and this really nervous security guard. I took the pastor, I took the security guard. Oh. Well, if it's a super scary pastor, I would assume he has true faith, so we're going to avoid true faith and go for the security guard. Gun over aggravated damage. I took the security guard. Walking around Bert's block in Georgetown after, I feel like I'm noticing everything. Like everything's moving so slow. Like everyone but me moves in slow motion. Must slow down. People are staring. Celerity. You know that bouncer at the blind spot who wouldn't let Paula in because of the spikes on her shoes? Did you? I tried to. But the thought was too gross. I just flash-kneed him in the balls. He didn't do shit. This is insane. It's very insane, and insane can be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know what this is. This mother again? I can feel you in a lonely house. The rain and the creaking of the unwashed tiles remind you this is not a dream. This isn't a place for you to be. And my mom keeps texting. She's dead. I might be going actually out of my mind. Also, Sammy keeps running lines of the kids' book past me, and I kind of want to say my head's not in a good place for that right now, but there's no way Sammy can handle this. I was wondering what Sammy's deal was. Yeah, no. I'm barely handling this. Sammy would lose it. Sammy would shriek and lose both eyes and hide in Antarctica. What are we going to do? It would be nice to have someone to talk to who knew anything. It's so hot here, I feel like the blood in me is hot as the air. There's crickets. I'm noticing things. I'm looking at a palm tree. I'll never see palm trees in the day again. Against that daytime blue you'll never see again. I'm kind of depressed, to be honest. Over here the glass in the window's cracked and the trees out there look just like another crack in a bigger window out there. I'm worrying about all of this, Case. You should. Everything is probably fucked. "8 p.m. Ah. Madison sent you a message. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out... Alright, Madison. I hope you were able to find your roommate. I felt so bad leaving you out there last night. I really did have to go, but I was glad to get your number. It's fine. I don't know. He's like really unreliable. And he's been acting really paranoid. He's been saying that someone is taking his blood while he sleeps, so, you know, normal. Yeah, you may just have to kill him in his sleep, lol. True story. And it was good to meet you too. You were just up here visiting a friend? Yeah, one of my brother's friends lives a few apartments down from you. He works for me down at the lab. Oh, doctor? Yep. Dr. Dulce. Wow. So we're on a last name basis already? Life's too short not to take things the way we want. Or take the things we want. Oh, that's an important life lesson for a kindred. Yes, doctor. Anise sent you a message. Nick invited you to dinner? Oh, Lord. Let's get a look at Anise here. Anise looks like the character that Drew Barrymore voiced in Titan AE a little bit. Forgot her name. Nick invited you to dinner? Well, not formally. I was kind of trying to avoid writing him back. He also thinks you want to see me for some reason. Sure, that's what I told him when he brought it up, but he doesn't know the whole story. I didn't want to be weird about it. You didn't respond, so now he's hounding me to bug you to come around. But you can't come around here. You can't be around Catherine. I'm not some kind of monster. You don't need to hide your kid from me. It's been years. I think you're great. That thing was just a blip between the better thing I have with Nick. You like him. You seem happy. That's good. I wanted a family, and there was no way you could handle a family. Even now, you're what? Why are you even here? And you're just crashing at some junkie's apartment? Yeah, I know it doesn't look good, but I guess on some level he's a stand-up guy for coming through in a pinch. He's one of Izzy's art friends, though. He's a complete vampire. He doesn't even make anything. He just is around, lurking. Haha, I see what you did there. He's been really accommodating, though. Why don't you settle down, Case? Why would I? You think love is a piece of art that you collect and admire, but it's boring. It's a job you have to punch in when you feel not up to it. It's sacrifice, devotion. It's shit half the time, and you can't handle that half. Sometimes it has to be terrible before it can be something better, and Nick understands that. You're not made for life. You're made for the idea of life, like you saw it in a movie once, and now you think you've got the measure of the whole thing. But it's a fantasy what you think. Man, she's just laying it in thick, isn't she? Look, I don't want to fight. Then if Nick invites you to dinner, you better have plans. What the hell, ANISE? I'll think about coming over now, actually. Maybe. Izzy, I don't know how long this Bert thing is going to last. He's out of his mind. I might be out of my mind. I met this doctor, works Mogadon, local biomed research company. Looks like this. Ooh. Uh-huh. Kind of into the doctor. I don't know if I'm going to say I'm a fucking vampire, though. That's the first time I've said that out loud. I mean to someone else. What the fuck is? Hit me back. Tell me things are alright. It's been too long. 4:55 a.m. So he's admitted it to himself. And Iz hasn't responded back. Strange thing in the park. 3 businessmen all bent forward and down looking at their phones clustered around one of those charging stations in slim-cut suits. Businessmen in the park in the middle of the night? Oh, there's Izzy. Good. Welcome back. No Pokemon. Checked. But, okay. Anyway, this woman walks past in a pencil skirt and they all look up quickly at once, but not at her. Like at the air behind her, as if they caught a scent. For a second, this sort of... The only way I can think to describe it is this look of glory. It comes across their faces and then they just look back down. I'm like, what the fuck? Maybe I'm paranoid. A few minutes later, I'm following someone, and then I notice someone's following me. One of the suit guys. I'm sure I know what he is because he makes almost no noise at all when he walks. I see 2 policemen on Prospect, so this is getting weird, so... I duck behind a car, I go to the cops, I run up a fire escape. Well, let's go ahead and try to talk to the cops first. I mean, we have nothing to hide currently. and I go up to the cops. They're like, it's the park. There are paths. Sometimes people walk in the same direction behind you on the path. I hope I lost him. Doesn't sound like it. I'm headed home. And I think we're about to die. That's scary. I came to Seattle to get away from scary. Someone's at the door. Let me open. Yeah. Ooh. What is... Okay, gotta wait for the blood. We now have your wandering idiot friend. Tell all your kind. Never enter this parish without permission. Our eyes are manyfold, and our will is as one. Case? Case? That was a cool way to die, though. So that was... Let's go ahead and restart. So, we know not to go to the cops, so we definitely have to try and lose them. So are these Inquisitors? Maybe? Either that or possibly mages. Let's go ahead and try running up the fire escape. I run up the fire escape, trying to shake them. I fly up the stairs 3 steps at a time. I can feel wind rushing by and that goose-faced driver's blood shooting into my legs. It's like I'm really flying. Is this just adrenaline or am I really this fast? Anyway, I think I lost them. I'm headed home. Now let's see if this repeats itself. Maybe. Ah! Izzy, we need to figure shit out. So many questions. Okay, can you tell me, why did you leave LA? Yeah, okay. Here's the whole story. What do you remember from Claire's party? This is where the whole thing started. All I remember is I pre-gamed and I showed up and there were those weird twins and that beardo was like, hey, I've got some MDMA, want some? And I didn't want very much, just like a quarter tab because I was trying to stay away from it because I hadn't had anything for 3 months and I had it and told you that I was not feeling great and I was making out with Hollis and then I blacked out because I just remember that gold pattern on beanbag chair turning into Beatles backs and the rest is just a drunk dream and I think I passed out. Your last dream came true. What was your dream? Oh. It wasn't like any story, just under layers, like burnt colored tongues as big as arms. I couldn't breathe, but when I put my face into one of the tongues, I inhaled the spit off of it completely, covering my face this time. Ugh. And I can breathe, and breathing it. And then I felt like, you know, what if I inhale? Maybe it's bad to do that, but I could breathe, but I had to get it out, and there was that thing where you're trying and can't wake up, but see, waking up is like yourself just on the other side of the skin of water above the swimming pool. You just can't get out from. And I just woke up covered in throw up, and Claire was like really mad that I've thrown up on her bed. On a bed, her sister's. But she was also kind of like, what are you going to do? Parties, right? I painted the dream. Let me see. And... Ooh. Okay. I don't remember you saying that you didn't feel well. I just figured you passed out. I think I was wasted already, though I do remember something like what you said, though, sucking. It just went on in this empty, the way people describe DMT. I was like, who put something in my drink? I woke up on the IKEA couch and remember I made out with somebody. It was like stuff that happened when you were a kid, but I was getting my shit together. Hollis was like, come on to the store with me. And so we went to the store. Then outside all at once there were these long-haired women coming like spiders. And I just thought, these are some long-haired women running in the night. You don't see that all the time. Maybe they're playing a game and Hollis was like, run, but I was sick, so we just ran. I was feeling so strange, and it was like an alley with a thrown-out DVD player. And I sat on the DVD player, and Hollis was sitting on someone's back steps and trying to hide from long-haired women. And then Hollis was looking at me, and when Hollis looks at me, I just have to do what Hollis tells me to do. You know what I mean? That you can't not do it. I've been there. So Hollis says, get out of LA, and if you don't hear from me in 3 days, stay away. That's all, but I knew it was a real thing I had to do, like medical grade had to do it. Sounds like we got dominated. Also, I keep remembering one of the women was my mom, but that can't be true. Hollis isn't answering anyone's texts. Yeah. You need to find Hollis. That's your job. I have a job, and I need to start going to it. I can't do this shit. I'm crying tears. What the fuck? They're red. No, you don't have to go to work. Why would you go to work? That's a stupid question. No, it isn't. What are you going to do? Make money? What are you going to buy? Food? They're going to sell you a fucking cat wrapped up at what store? You don't need food. You don't need that. Rent? Also, I couldn't hurt a cat. That's fucked up. Standards. She'd make a good gangrel. Rent? The rent we paid to the fucking landlord who was in that article about him in the LA Weekly about how the rent is the maximum more it can be every year and uses the money to put little sculptures of fucking eagles outside all the brownstones because of some symbolism of the dude with his shit wife and sending on donations to that fucking church that kicked your mom's dress shop out so they can build a parking lot? That landlord who you could probably break like a twig? That rent? That landlord? I have a life, Case. No, you had a life. Now you have a different thing. There aren't these rules around things. They're just a lot of drywall and crushed rocks that you and your bed is in, and you send paper wrapped in paper to another bunch of drywall and smushed rocks, and a guy sits in a room and takes the paper out of the paper and puts it in another place with a metal door. You get rid of that man, that system stops. Police come, you hear them breathing a mile away. The city has invisible walls around other invisible walls set up for people to be people in it, but it all depends on you having the needs and fears it expects you to have right now. It stops making sense when you start having others' needs and others' fears. It's a new city now. The things you used to worry about, stop worrying about them. We eat blood, and all of our friends are dead, and this is more important than Sunglasses Express, Izzy. What's important now isn't any of the things we used to think are facts. What's important now is things not yet. No, we have to ignore what we've been looking at and look at what we've been ignoring. Yeah. I mean, no point in keeping my employee discount if I'll never see the sun. That's the spirit. The shelter doesn't even have volunteers at night, so I can't do that. Homeless shelter or the animal shelter? Oh, right. Both, actually. Come home. I might if I knew what happened to Hollis, and I knew it wasn't going to happen to me, too. Okay. 7:45 p.m. This is a long chapter. Who's talking to me now? Ah, Madison, the good doctor. I had a good time last night. I think we should try something a little more orchestrated than hoping we keep running into each other by chance. What was going on with your roommate? It sounded like he was screaming at you when we got back. I don't know. Like I said, complete junkie. I need to find a new place, or he needs to find a new place. I'm running out of money, though. How about I take you somewhere, then? I mean, I'm not that running out of money. I want to go somewhere nice, though. You don't strike me as knowing nice, or being able to afford the kind of nice I want. Ouch. Is that Mother? Oh, it's Nick. Well, I haven't heard back from you about dinner. Is tomorrow okay? I'd love to catch up about old times. Your art is getting really amazing. I wish I had kept up with the comedy as much as you did the art, but once ANISE got pregnant, I couldn't go on the road as much anymore. I'm kind of jealous of your freedom. Don't ever get married. ANISE and I got into a huge fight last night. I don't even know what it was about. It was like she was just mad at me for all the things I do for her. I don't even get it. Next thing I know, I'm on the couch. Are you sure it's a good time then? Yeah, it's a great time. I think that it's the perfect time, really. It'll be good. I'll email you our address and some directions. So what do you say? I'll put some steaks on the grill. We'll drink some shit beer. It'll be good. You can tell me all of the exciting things you and Izzy get up to these days. Bring some excitement to a boring old dad. So how about I pick you up tomorrow night? I emailed you the restaurant site. If you have some nice clothes, wear them. My brother actually owns the restaurant, so you can't go up there looking like I dragged you in off the street. But you did drag me in off the street. Oh, we get to choose. I'll be by to pick you up at 10. Okay, so we have a choice. We can go with Madison or go with Nick. Here's what I'm going to do. If we go up and deal with Nick and ANISE, it's going to be bad, and chances are a child's going to get hurt. And I don't want to do that to our humanity just yet. With Madison, she's a doctor. There's access to hospitals, potentially patients, blood bags, a higher society kind of thing. So I think we're going to go ahead and go with that. Sounds good. I can't. I got a date, Nick. Oh, Friday night. Right smooth. Alright, I'll find another day. 10 p.m. Hey, I don't see you. Right behind you. Still alive? I'm being wined and dined. It's hard to pretend to eat. Are you gonna murder your date? No. No, just a regular date. And there we go. So I bet that was very important, whether we killed Madison or not. So we're going to be moving on to the next chapter here, and we will do that next time. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.